Don't live the dream. Live your dream. Live your dream. Live your dream. Live your dream. All right, how you doing, everybody? Chris Bruce here, Mr. Real Estate Swag. I'm doing this quick video. We're going to be talking about 5 steps to closing deals. Okay, I know you guys, some of you are brand new to real estate. Some of you are brand new to wholesaling. Maybe you've done some other things in real estate, from contracting, for fix and flipping, and wholesaling might be a little bit new to you. All right, but wholesaling is definitely one of the fastest ways for you to generate quick cash. All right, and I love it because it doesn't matter if you have a real estate license, because you don't need one. It doesn't matter if you don't have any experience. You don't need a lot of cash to get started, and you don't need to use any of your credit. All right, and that's the reason why I love wholesaling, because I can literally go in any single market and generate quick cash by doing wholesaling. All right, but there's a few different things and a few steps you need to take first in order for you to wholesale. All right, let's see. I got a phone call calling me. Hopefully this is some money calling me real quick. We'll go ahead and put that on vibrate real quick for right now. But let's go ahead and move on real quick. Number one, okay, number one, you need to understand and know your market. All right, step one, that's very, very important. Before you even get out and get to doing anything, okay, I said anything, my Jamaican's coming out, anything from marketing or getting websites up or anything like that, you need to know your market. All right, that's step one. Okay, you need to understand the hot zones in your area. And what do I mean by hot zones? You need to know where all of the homes are buying and selling. Okay, and in the past 90 days, and specifically cash. Okay, the thing is that a lot of times you might look at some of the houses that have been sold and you'll find retail prices. Well, retail prices are going to be very, very different from the cash prices. Okay, there's going to be a huge difference. All right, so you want to know those cash transactions that have taken place in the past 90 days. And you can get this information, which I'll show you in a minute. But you want to break them down by zip codes. All right. You want to find out, what are those areas, okay? What do those neighborhoods look like? All right, what are those subdivisions, okay? What are those smaller cities if you live in, like for instance, Tampa Bay, which makes up of a lot of different little smaller cities. You have St. Petersburg, Clearwater, you have Pasco County, which has Newport Richey, Port Richey, which a lot of these times fall into the big Tampa Bay area market, but there are other smaller cities like Brandon and all these other cities that form up in that market. So what are those cities? What are those subdivisions, okay? What are those zip codes? And break those down, all right? And understand and know where they're at. You can find this information from a realtor, okay, an agent. All right, they can give you this transaction. All right, if you have access to MLS because you are an agent, you can easily pull this cash transaction of the past 90 days and have this readily for your information to find out what those zip codes in those areas are. All right, you can also spy on your competition. Okay, find out the biggest wholesalers, the biggest investors in your market. Join their buyers list. Look at their websites, join their email list, and find out where are they sending out their deals. Where are their deals that they're sending out to their buyers? Where are those deals located? All right, you can just spy on them. You can even go on Craigslist, guys, and get that information. All right. Next thing you want to do, all right, is set up your phone system. Okay, you can use a Google Voice. All right, we use FreedomSoft for all of our leads to go in through our phone system through FreedomSoft, so we're able to track everything. All right, you want to have something that allows you to capture the voicemail from a 24-hour answering voice service. Okay, they got Freedom Voice. They have a lot of different other ones that you can use. Okay, just one that you can make sure when the leads come through, they're not going to your cell phone, but they're going to a separate phone that you can utilize to be able to track your leads that come in. Okay. Step 2. All right, very important step as well. A major key, all right, step 2, guys, is marketing, okay? You can use the house hunter strategy. All right, now many of you have watched that video. You understand the house hunter strategy, and I want to talk a little bit more about it. All right, you're going to be getting them to send you leads. Okay, now what's going to happen? All right, you're going to pay them after the deal closes. All right, what I'll do a lot of times is on the HUD, I'll put a marketing fee agreement for $500 or $1,000 and put their name on it, and then cut them a check through there from a marketing fee agreement standpoint, okay? Or you can do it on the side after you get paid and maybe cut them a check out of your own pocket for them, okay? That way you won't get into any illegal trouble or anything like that, all right? You can do it when you're assigning a contract, all right? If you're actually buying it, and again, I'm not an attorney, so you might want to check with your attorney for any of those laws to make sure, but I've been doing this for years. I haven't got any trouble. I haven't had anybody come after me or anything like that. So you can use this to get leads in your market, all right? And again, you're getting people to bring you vacant leads, all right? You can also send mailing campaigns, okay? Or you can also skip trace if you get a lot of vacant properties in. Skip trace, and what I mean by that is you're basically locating a phone number, active phone number for them, and just giving them a call and see if they might be interested in selling their property, okay? We actually just hired a outbound sales associate that is doing that for our business, and it's working very, very efficiently, okay? Now with direct mail campaigns, you can send out, typically, we're spending about 40 cents a postcard. We use clicktomail.com, all right, to send our campaigns out. And we send out a lot of campaigns to free and clear vacant leads. That is really our #1 source of where we generate leads. We also send out the tax default leads as well as inherited. But that is our main source of getting our deals from our free and clear vacant leads. All right. Now, if you want to get access to leads in your area, you can go to the website vacantsellerleads.com, and we also are running a special with additional training to show you how to set everything up and get your system up and running before you actually go out and get that direct mail campaign out. All right. Next, again, when it comes to cold calling leads, you're going to need some type of skip tracing software, okay? So something like a TLO or a MicroBilt, which is who we use, MicroBilt. Now, I'm going to tell you this. They do come out and inspect your office, okay, before they actually give you access with TLO or MicroBilt, all right? They will require you to have a cabinet that is locked, all right, that you can lock up with the key. As well as a paper shredder, all right, because this is vital information that you're getting access to, and they don't want to get in the hands of people that will take this and, do some fraud stuff or whatever, all right? So if you have a home office, you're going to require to have those things before they actually give you access, all right? Next, you can also use something like findsellerleads.com. I don't know how much they charge, but I heard you can use a site like that. You also have a spokio.com, which is also a subscription-based software program that you can use to find sellers and information as well too. All right. Now I can tell you, if you're just getting started, all right, I would suggest, if you're not getting your own inventory, if you don't have the budget right now to continuously put into your marketing, just co-wholesale, all right? What I mean by that is, let's say, for instance, you know how to find buyers, right? All right, so you're good at putting up Craigslist ads, putting up bandit signs, and getting buyer leads, and you know exactly what they're looking for. Well, you can use a Facebook group like our group, Virtual House Flipping Secrets or RI Wealth Mastermind, and also go into other groups like, for instance, Wholesaling Houses Full Time, or which is a big Facebook group of 20,000 people, or just going to your RIA, your local RIA, and finding other investors that do have deals, and just partnering with them and pairing them up to sell their deals to your buyers, okay, or vice versa. All right, so wholesale if you need to get that first deal done, and then you can move on and get your own inventory and set your whole real estate wholesaling business up. All right, step 3, okay, step 3, when the lead actually comes in, this is when the fun begins, okay? This is when you actually go out and you start to analyze the deals, all right? Now you need to find out what the property is worth, okay? What is it worth after pair value, as well as what it's worth, in its current condition, all right? And more importantly, you need to find out the maximum allowable offer. We also refer to this as the MAO, okay? And what I mean by that is that you want to know what a property is selling for comparable to the subject property that you have, okay? It's just like anything, all right? You want to compare apples to apples, all right? I'm not going to go look and say that this property is worth a property that is 80 miles away or 8 miles away, 10 miles away. I want to compare apples to apples, all right? Beds and baths, the same, the square feet close in proximity, the year built close in proximity, and no more than 1.5 mile radius from the subject property. Okay? Google Street Maps is your friend. All right, Google Street Maps is your friend. I love Google Street Maps because a lot of times when I'm talking with sellers and I haven't actually saw the property yet, I can put this in Google Street Maps and have a real view of the neighborhood and what it looks like and the house while I'm on the phone with the seller. Okay. Now let's say a house is worth $100,000, okay, in that area, and you just happen to do your comps and you find out that these properties are selling for $50,000 to $55,000 cash. All right. Well, maybe you want to go ahead and make 10, 15 grand on the deal. So I would advise you to offer $40,000. Okay. Now, if it's a tear down, it needs a lot of work, a full rehab, you might want to go in. But just on a good note, all right, what I like to do is I like to have that $15,000 cushion. Okay. At the low minimum, $10,000. All right. So you offer $40,000 to give you that great cushion for you to be able to make some money on that deal. All right. Next, you want to go ahead and there's two things you can do about it. All right. Now, generally what I'll do is I'll make a lowball offer. Not lowball offer. I'll make a ballpark price offer on the phone and see if we're close in proximity of what they're looking to get and what I'm looking, to get the property for. And then if so, then I'll make an appointment to view the house. But we just recently transitioned this with the new hire of an acquisition manager, okay? And you don't have to have an acquisition manager for you to do this. You can actually just do this on your own, especially if you're just starting off new. But find out if there's motivation to sell. Okay, is there a real need why they need to sell? Okay, maybe they're a tired landlord. Maybe they're old and they're elderly and they're sick and they just can't deal with the upkeep of the property. All right, maybe they just inherited the property. All right, maybe they just recently evicted the tenant. Okay, maybe they're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, whatever the case may be. All right, if there's a real reason why they need to sell, find out what their price is, get them to give you a ballpark price, and then what you can do is you can arrive to the property, and especially if it needs some work, you can use this for negotiation and also reiterate the reason why they need to sell and why they will basically sell you the property at a discounted price than what they were looking to get in order to move the ball rolling and get cash in their hands very quickly. All right? All right, now it's time to make some money. That's what we're all here for, right? Okay? So, step 4, the next process is viewing the property and getting the contract signed. This is very key. After you've actually made an offer on the property, you went and inspected it, you got the offer accepted, you got to put the contract on the property. That is how you're going to control the property without having a real estate license, okay, without actually having to buy it. You're controlling the deal, all right, by putting a contract on the property, all right? So you want to go ahead after you set the appointment to view the property. Next thing you want to do is bring some type of repair estimate sheet, which we have available inside the group to look like you know what you're doing, okay? Or another thing you can do is bring a comp packet, okay? A lot of times you can look at the comps in the area, or even what you can do, especially if you're one of those areas where you look at the property appraiser site and the tax value of the property is lower than what the properties are selling for. This will give you an advantage. We've done this a lot of times where we'll bring we actually just did this last week, where we brought the tax estimate that it was only $40,000 and was able to get this property under contract for $35,000. Okay, and even properties are selling in that area for $55,000. Okay, so we literally just did this. All right, and so you can use this to your advantage. Okay. While you're bringing it on your appointment. All right, next, moving along. You always negotiate a price, okay? Negotiate a price in front of something that needs to be repaired, okay? Now, if you're in a house that the property doesn't need repair, it's gonna definitely be a little bit more challenging to do that. But let's just say the roof has a hole in it, all right? That's when you start talking negotiate price. Because it's hard for someone to justify them getting that price that they want when you're looking dead at something that needs to be repaired. All right? You make an offer, you get the contract signed, and then you don't have to actually give them sometimes a lot of people ask, well, do I need to make a copy of it to give to the seller? No, not really. You just let them know that, all right, the next thing of the process of what you're going to do is you're going to get everything to the title company. They're going to start the paperwork to make sure everything in the title is clear. Once they give us a clear to close, they'll give you a call for you to be able to come in and sign the paperwork and pick up your check. All right, and we're going to keep you notified along the whole process. The next thing you want to remind them too is that you're going to need to have a funding partner or a contractor come in to take a look at it to estimate the repairs. Okay, so you can do this by one thing you can do, which was what we do a lot of times. Lock boxes. Okay, we use lock boxes to put on the property. We get the homeowner to give us a copy of the key. We'll put this on lock box, and we utilize this to have buyers go in and out the property to view it. Now, another thing that we're going to get ready to try, which I actually heard this on a podcast, shout out to Alex Pardo, we're going to start to create an open house, okay? We're going to basically get all our buyers to come in on one day, okay? Instead of having a lock box to them, we're going to get our buyers to show the buyers the property at the same day, all at one time, and create a buyer frenzy. And this will really get us to get a lot of times buyers to outbid each other, so that if they desperately want the property, all right. And we're going to use this just kind of like an auction style almost, and we're going to test this out on our next property next week, okay? And after you do that, guys, again, I told you about to let the seller know about getting the funding partner or the contractor go in. And then the next thing of the process, guys, is really working on it to get your check. Can I get my check, please? All right. So after you go into the flipping it to the cash buyer, which what you'll do is you'll market it to potential homeowners. Okay. To potential buyers. All right. You can use this from Craigslist. You can have it show up at auctions and give out. This is what I used to do back in the day. I used to print my properties out. I would go to a live auction and hand them the documents of the properties that I had listed for wholesale. Okay, and I got a lot of buyers by doing that. All right, you can also post to Facebook groups. You can put out bandit signs on the weekends. Okay, this will get you a lot of cash buyers that are interested in buying the property. All right. After we can do that, we'll get them to sign a separate purchase contract with us, as well as an assignment contract. So let's say, again, if I'm getting a house for $35,000 and I'm assigning it to them for $50,000, then I'm going to go ahead and give them a $15,000 assignment fee, all right, that they need to sign that contract. Now, what they need to do as well before they even sign both of those contracts so I can get it to the title company, they're going to need to give me a $2,000 non-refundable deposit. All right, make sure your buyers are giving you that $2,000 non-refundable deposit. If you're somewhere in a higher price income area, maybe like California, you might require them to give you a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. All right, don't pocket that deposit, give it to the title company, but get them a deposit, because this will let you know that you're dealing with a real cash buyer. All right, once they get all the paperwork filled out, go ahead and you're going to provide this to your title company or a licensed attorney, whoever you're using. All right. And then you'll go ahead, and the next thing is really just pick up your check, okay? For some of you, maybe you want to go ahead and get a wire transfer to your account, which I've done, especially when I'm on the road and traveling. However, this is the process, the 5 steps to closing a wholesale deal in your market, all right? So go ahead, rewind this video back, watch it as many times as you need to, and go out there and flip a house, all right? There's a lot of money out here in this marketplace to be made, and you just got to go out there and get it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm signing out. Peace. And if you are looking for mentoring or need any leads, just go ahead and send me a message or drop a comment on this video, and I'll respond back to you, and we can talk about it. All right. So I do have some spots available. I think I got 2 spots left in the coaching. Just send me a PM real quick, private message, and we can talk about that. All right. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.